The giants of the savannah. How can an animal weighing nearly 7 tons survive under the burning sun of the African savannah, travelling for miles in search of food and water? The answer lies in one of nature's greatest masterpieces, the African elephant. Across the endless plains of Africa, where temperatures rise to extreme levels and water can disappear for weeks, elephants continue their ancient journey. Massive yet intelligent, powerful yet deeply emotional, they are among the most extraordinary creatures on Earth. At first glance, their enormous size may seem like a disadvantage in such a harsh environment. Adult African elephants can weigh between 4 and 7 tons and stand over 3 meters tall. But their bodies are perfectly adapted for survival. Their thick skin protects them from the scorching sun, while their giant ears act as natural cooling systems. By flapping their ears, elephants release excess body heat and regulate their temperature even during the hottest days. Yet survival in the savannah requires more than size and strength. Elephants are travelers. Every year, they walk hundreds of kilometers, searching for fresh vegetation and water sources. During dry seasons, when rivers disappear and the land turns dusty and lifeless, elephants rely on one incredible ability: memory. Scientists have discovered that elephants possess one of the strongest memories in the animal kingdom. Older matriarchs, the leaders of elephant families, can remember ancient migration routes and hidden water sources they visited many years earlier. This knowledge often becomes the difference between life and death for the entire herd. An elephant family is led by experience. Unlike many animals, elephant societies are built around females. The oldest and wisest female, known as the matriarch, guides the group through dangerous territories and teaches younger generations how to survive. Around her are daughters, sisters, and calves, all connected through strong emotional bonds. These relationships are far deeper than many people imagine. Elephants comfort each other in times of stress. They protect injured family members and remain close to weak calves during difficult journeys. Researchers have even observed elephants appearing to mourn their dead, quietly touching bones and skulls with their trunks as if remembering those they lost. Some scientists believe elephants are among the few animals capable of recognizing themselves in mirrors, a sign of self-awareness usually associated with humans and certain primates. This remarkable intelligence continues to surprise researchers around the world. But perhaps the most extraordinary part of an elephant's body is its trunk. An elephant's trunk contains over 40,000 muscles. It is powerful enough to lift heavy branches and delicate enough to pick up a single blade of grass. Elephants use their trunks for breathing, drinking, communicating, smelling, greeting each other, and even showing affection. With this incredible tool, elephants can smell water from kilometers away. During droughts, they sometimes dig deep holes into dry riverbeds, uncovering underground water not only for themselves, but also for countless other animals. This makes elephants true engineers of the ecosystem. As elephants travel across the savannah, they shape the environment around them. By knocking down trees, they create open grasslands for grazing animals. By digging for water, they provide survival opportunities for smaller species. Even the paths they carve through dense vegetation become natural routes used by antelope, zebras, and other wildlife. Without elephants, entire ecosystems would change dramatically. Their importance to nature is impossible to overstate. Despite their enormous strength, elephants face serious threats in the modern world. For centuries, they have been hunted for ivory. Poachers kill thousands of elephants every year, targeting their tusks for illegal trade. At the same time, human expansion continues to destroy natural habitats, forcing elephants into closer contact with villages and farms. This creates dangerous conflicts. As traditional migration routes disappear, elephants sometimes enter agricultural areas searching for food and water. Farmers may lose crops, while elephants risk injury or death. Across Africa, conservationists are working tirelessly to create protected corridors that allow elephant herds to move safely between habitats. Saving elephants is not only about protecting a single species, it is about preserving balance in one of the world's oldest ecosystems. But elephants are not simply survivors of the savannah. They are also creatures filled with emotion and mystery. Young calves are playful and curious, often chasing birds or splashing in muddy water under the watchful eyes of their mothers. Families celebrate reunions with touching rituals, wrapping trunks around each other and producing deep, rumbling sounds that travel across great distances. Some of these sounds are so low that humans cannot hear them. Using infrasound communication, elephants can speak with herd members located kilometers away. This hidden language allows them to coordinate movements, warn each other about danger, and maintain social connections across vast landscapes. Their world is far more complex than it appears. Elephants are also known for their remarkable patience and emotional intelligence. Injured elephants are often supported by others in the group, who slow their pace to stay together. Mothers care for calves with extraordinary devotion, and entire families help protect newborns from predators. A baby elephant can weigh over 100 kilograms at birth, yet despite their size, calves remain vulnerable for many years. They depend on their mothers not only for food and protection, but also for learning the countless survival skills necessary for life in the wild. Every journey becomes a lesson. Every season brings new challenges. During periods of drought, elephants may walk for days beneath the blazing African sun. Dust covers their skin, rivers vanish, and predators wait in the shadows. Yet the herd continues moving forward, guided by memory, instinct, and the leadership of the matriarch. This resilience is one reason elephants have survived on Earth for millions of years. Long before humans built cities or civilizations, elephant ancestors were already roaming ancient landscapes. Over time, they adapted to changing climates, shifting environments, and countless natural challenges. Today, however, their greatest challenge comes from humanity itself. Conservation groups across Africa are now using technology, education, and local partnerships to protect elephant populations. Rangers monitor herds using GPS tracking, while wildlife organizations work with communities to reduce conflicts between people and animals. In some regions, elephant populations are slowly recovering, but the future remains uncertain. Climate change continues to intensify droughts across Africa, making access to water even more difficult. Expanding roads, fences, and cities divide migration routes that elephants have followed for generations. Still, hope remains alive. Every protected habitat, every anti-poaching effort, and every child who learns about wildlife conservation becomes part of the fight to preserve these giants of the savannah. Because elephants are more than animals. They are architects of ecosystems, keepers of ancient memory, and symbols of nature's intelligence and resilience. And perhaps that is why they continue to fascinate us. In their eyes, we see wisdom. In their journeys, we see endurance. And in their survival, we see the fragile balance of the natural world itself. As night slowly falls over the African savannah, the world around the elephants begins to change. The burning heat of the day fades into a cooler silence, and distant sounds echo across the plains. Hyenas call to one another in the darkness. Lions begin their nighttime patrols. Above the herd, thousands of stars appear across the endless African sky. But even during the night, elephants continue moving. For large animals, survival is a constant challenge. An adult elephant can consume more than 100 kilograms of vegetation and drink over 200 liters of water in a single day. To meet these enormous needs, elephant families spend most of their lives searching for food. Their diet includes grass, roots, bark, fruit, leaves, and branches. During wet seasons, food is plentiful, and herds can remain in one area for longer periods. But when drought arrives, the savanna transforms into a harsh and unforgiving land. Grass turns yellow, rivers shrink into mud, and survival becomes a test of endurance. In these moments, elephants reveal just how intelligent and adaptable they truly are. Using their tusks and trunks, they strip bark from trees and dig beneath dry ground, searching for hidden moisture. Sometimes they travel for days without finding reliable water sources. Yet they rarely panic. The matriarch remembers. She remembers rivers that flowed years earlier. She remembers hidden watering holes buried deep within forgotten valleys. Her experience guides the family through conditions that would destroy many other species. Scientists believe this extraordinary memory is one reason elephants have survived dramatic climate changes throughout history. In Africa, weather patterns can shift unpredictably, and droughts may last for years. Herds that follow inexperienced leaders often struggle to survive. But experienced matriarchs become living maps of survival. This wisdom is passed from generation to generation. Young elephants spend years learning migration routes, social behavior, and communication patterns. Calves closely observe older family members, copying their actions and slowly understanding the complex world around them. Play also becomes an important part of learning. Young elephants wrestle with each other, chase birds, spray mud into the air, and explore their surroundings with endless curiosity. These playful moments may seem simple, but they help calves develop coordination, social bonds, and confidence. Even in difficult environments, elephants make time for joy. Mud itself plays a surprisingly important role in elephant life. After bathing in rivers or watering holes, elephants often cover themselves in layers of mud and dust. This natural coating protects their skin from insects and acts as sunscreen beneath the intense African heat. Watching a herd bathe together is one of the most peaceful scenes in nature. Calves splash through shallow water while adults stand nearby, spraying cool water over their massive bodies. For a brief moment, the dangers of the savanna seem distant. But danger is never far away. Although adult elephants have few natural predators due to their enormous size, young calves remain vulnerable. Lions occasionally target isolated elephant babies, especially during dry seasons when weakened herds struggle to defend themselves. When danger appears, elephant families react immediately. Adults form a protective circle around the calves, facing outward toward the threat. Their massive bodies create a living wall of protection. Elephants trumpet loudly, flap their ears, and charge if necessary. Even lions understand the risk of challenging an elephant herd. A single adult elephant possesses incredible strength. Their trunks alone can lift heavy logs, while their tusks serve both as tools and weapons. In rare confrontations, elephants have been known to overturn vehicles, destroy trees, and scare away predators many times their size. Yet, despite this power, elephants are not naturally aggressive animals. Most of the time, they prefer peace over conflict. Their behavior depends heavily on experience and environment. In regions where elephants are frequently threatened by humans, herds often become more cautious and defensive. In protected areas where they feel safe, elephants may appear calm and surprisingly curious. Some elephants even approach safari vehicles quietly, observing humans with apparent interest. Researchers studying elephant intelligence have discovered behaviors that continue to amaze scientists. Elephants have demonstrated problem-solving abilities, cooperation, empathy, and even signs of grief. In some cases, elephants have been seen attempting to help injured animals, including members of other species. There are stories of elephants assisting trapped calves, protecting weaker herd members, and remaining beside dying relatives for long periods of time. Few wild animals display such emotional complexity. Their brains are among the largest of any land animal, containing highly developed regions associated with memory and social behavior. Many scientists now believe elephants experience emotions in ways once thought unique to humans. This emotional intelligence strengthens the bonds within the herd. Families may remain together for decades, building relationships that last a lifetime. Female elephants often stay with their mothers and sisters permanently, while males eventually leave the herd as they mature. Young male elephants then begin a very different journey. Unlike the tightly connected female groups, adult males often travel alone or form loose associations with other males. Their lives are more unpredictable and competitive, especially during periods known as musth. During musth, testosterone levels in male elephants increase dramatically, leading to heightened aggression and competition for mates. Large bulls may challenge one another in powerful displays of strength, pushing head against head while their tusks clash together. These confrontations can appear terrifying, but they rarely end in serious injury. Often, the weaker male retreats before the fight becomes dangerous. Size, confidence, and experience usually determine the outcome. Despite these intense moments, elephants continue to play a crucial role in maintaining balance across African ecosystems. As they move through forests and grasslands, they spread seeds through their waste, helping plants grow across enormous distances. Some tree species rely almost entirely on elephants for seed dispersal. Without elephants, entire plant communities could disappear. Their impact reaches every level of the environment. Smaller animals follow elephant trails through dense vegetation. Birds feed on insects disturbed by elephant movement. Waterholes created by elephants provide survival opportunities for antelope, zebras, buffalo, and countless other species. The savanna itself is shaped by their presence. This is why conservationists often call elephants a keystone species. Protecting elephants helps protect entire ecosystems at the same time. But conservation is becoming increasingly difficult. Across Africa, elephant habitats continue shrinking as roads, farms, and cities expand into wild areas. Ancient migration routes that existed for centuries are now blocked by fences and human development. For elephants, losing these routes can be devastating. Migration is not random movement. These paths connect seasonal feeding grounds, water sources, and safe breeding areas. When herds cannot reach these locations, survival becomes far more difficult. Climate change adds another layer of pressure. Rising temperatures and unpredictable rainfall patterns are increasing the frequency of severe droughts. In some regions, watering holes disappear entirely for months at a time. Food shortages become more common, forcing elephants into dangerous areas near human settlements. This often leads to tragic conflict. Yet, despite the dangers surrounding them, elephants continue their ancient journey across Africa. At sunrise, herds emerge from the morning mist. Dust rises beneath their feet as they move slowly through golden grasslands. The youngest calves walk close beside their mothers. Teenagers playfully bump into one another. Older elephants lead the way with calm confidence. Together, they continue a migration older than human civilization itself. There is something timeless about watching elephants move through the wild. Their presence carries a sense of history, wisdom, and resilience that few other animals possess. Perhaps that is why humans have always been fascinated by them. In many cultures, elephants symbolize strength, memory, family, and wisdom. Ancient civilizations respected them as creatures of intelligence and power. Even today, people from around the world travel across continents hoping to witness wild elephants in their natural habitat. And those who see them rarely forget the experience. Because standing near an elephant changes something inside us. Their size reminds us of nature's power. Their emotions remind us of our connection to other living beings. And their struggle for survival reminds us how fragile the natural world has become. The future of elephants is still being written. It depends on conservation efforts, global awareness, and the choices humanity makes in the coming decades. If protected, elephants may continue roaming the African savanna for generations to come. If not, the silence left behind would echo across the entire ecosystem. As dawn rises once again over Africa, the elephant herd disappears slowly into the horizon, leaving only footprints in the dust behind them. But those footprints tell a story of survival against impossible odds, a story of intelligence, emotion, and endurance. A story carried across millions of years of evolution, and perhaps most importantly, a story reminding humanity that we are not separate from nature, but deeply connected to it. Because when the giants of the savannah survive, the wilderness survives with them.